Coach, you talked about it before, but can you just talk a little bit about Chris Brown? And he may not get the attention of DeMarco, and he may not be as flashy, but he's been so consistent for you guys.
Yeah, and you look at the top of the league or near the top of the league in rushing, and there he is. Just subtle, a guy that I don't know why people don't. If you go back and you watch replays of TV clips, or you watch the coach's version and the plays he makes, he's a great player, and making people miss him. They run. We're about to run the draw in the Big 12 championship game, and they've got a blitz coming right into it. And we're thinking about checking out of the play, and Coach Wilson said, "Let it run." And he gets the ball, and the guy doesn't even touch him. Blitzing right at him, he sidesteps him. No one even sees it. It's just so subtle. He's a great player, getting extra yards, making people miss him. Taking care of the football. He does everything that you want, and does it humbly, and doesn't worry about whether he's getting the attention or not. But I can't brag on him enough. You guys that have covered us a lot know I'm always talking about him. The guy is a great player, and so hopefully he'll be great again this game.
Bob, down in Phoenix last year, you admitted that you told the team you were getting tired of seeing that crawler across the bottom of ESPN about the BCS record. Are you going to bring that up again, and are you even more?
Well, I'm over it now.
I didn't ask you if.
I don't think I need to bring it up. They see it enough.
Have you gotten tired of it? I mean, it's already showing up this.
I don't watch that much TV.
What's Moses' receiving skills like coming out?
Moses has great hands. In fact, before the year, we had talked about using him in the slot position more, just to get him on the field more because of the quality player he is.
Paul, you on the go so much. I mean, is it time yet for you to reflect back and realize you've had now 4 Heisman Trophy possibilities. You've won 2. This is your 4th national championship game. You've got 7 Big 12 championships, and that doesn't go along with all the AP honors and everything else. You've had a pretty good run here in your 10 years.
I don't. It's not time to reflect yet. Maybe 10 years from now. We've got too much to do, and you got to keep pursuing and chasing and going after them, and that's all I think about right now.
You can't really afford to look back at you.
I don't know whether you can or not. I just don't take the time to do it because I don't think it's going to do a whole lot for me. I'm just more interested in one more this year and finish up recruiting after that and take a breath, and then you're on to spring ball and focusing on the next year.
Well, back to the whether or not Austin Box may or may not be able to go, maybe stating the obvious, but you guys are unusually qualified to handle that situation because of past experience, are you not? In case you could.
Yeah, but we are unusually thin now too, so we're, but hey, those guys will have to step in, and they have for us, and have played well and been productive. So we just got to keep doing it, though. But you're right. We are used to dealing with it, but but hopefully he's back, and these other guys keep coming on like they have.
You guys have anyone to play scout team Tebow yet?
John Nemo and Landry Jones does it a little bit too, but John does a great job for us.
How's Landry doing, by the way? We haven't heard from him in a while. Has progressed throughout the year?
Oh, he's doing great. He's doing really well. Like everything that he's doing, really. He's a quality guy that's, that's making really good improvement.
Would you expect what Sam will wait right to the 15th to decide his future? Or what?
No, I doubt that he'd wait that long. I'm sure there'll be a point here when, sometime after the game.
You're not in the NFL. Did you have a good group of guys that submitted their name to the NFL advisory board?
Yeah, we had several, but again, I think, I feel that our guys are more educated and more wise to what the possibilities are, and the advantage of staying in school. And what all the projections were a year ago for all those guys. And none of them went what was written about.
You don't give as much credence maybe to what that.
What you guys talk about and what those guys on TV say they're going to go, none of those guys have been in a draft room. And so, no. And again, you can project all you want, and that usually it isn't going to be right. Unless, a guy like Adrian, that's pretty obvious. But these other guys that are juniors and going in the second and third rounds, that isn't right. You're giving up too much school. You're giving up too much here for that.
Coach, your crazy schedule. Have you finished your Christmas shopping, and what's on the Bob Stoops Christmas wish list?
Geez, I haven't shopped. I don't know. I haven't been to this mall in 10 years once. So I took a recruit's mother there after dinner one time. It's the only time I think I've been in it. Other than to go to the playground when my kids were only a year or two, I'd let them crawl around in there and then walk right back out. So, unfortunately, my wife's pretty understanding. I don't shop, and fortunately, Santa Claus takes care of my kids. So I got a great wife. She handles it. I just can't. And me, I don't need anything. I'm not. Just.
A couple days before your brother beat him in the bowl game out there, Bronco Mendenhall and his AD basically confirmed you're going to play them in Dallas next year. Can you give us any?
Has that been released? I don't know. I know all I can say, I know they were working on it, and now whether it's confirmed or done or not, that would be for Joe to say. I can't.
Would you like to do that? It would not be taking a home game away from you, would it?
It would be a home game for us, but we'll still have 6 here. So.
What's the attraction of going there? Because you already played. You're going to play Texas there.
I'm sure it'd be exciting for our fans to go down and be in that great stadium and with all the players we have from Texas and playing a great BYU team. I think it'd be incredibly exciting. And again, challenging schedule like we keep talking about for us. And we got to go to Miami. And by the way, look how good Tulsa is. So it's another challenging part of the schedule as well.
More money too, compared to what
No, then what we'd be here? I doubt it.
I thought there was
We do pretty well here, don't we?
Yeah, I thought there was a pretty big guarantee.
Maybe it is. It's probably wrong of me to say. I don't know. But I think what Jerry Jones is doing down there is incredibly exciting, and I know our players would be, all of us would be, and I would think fans would be fired up to go down and be in that environment and experience that. Hopefully, again, but you've got to be, playing a good team.
Bob, you're going 6 days before the game, which is a little earlier. You usually go 7 or 8 before. You're trying to shorten the trip a little bit?
We have by a day. It's 7 nights, right, or 6 nights before the game. I think most years it's been 7 nights. But again, when we won it down there in 2000, and when we won the Rose Bowl, I think we were down there 7 or 8. So.
We changed curfew.
Yeah. But again.
Earlier?
Yeah, but again, I don't. You guys think you're talking to Switzerland? I hope the coach doesn't mind. He knows. Anyway,
like last year at the Fiesta Bowl, did you let him stay out late early and then cut it back?
Oh yeah, we always cut it back.
So we could cut it back early.
Yeah, the players want to, and that's fine. But again, I don't know what you do 7, 8 days before the game. Is that going to correlate to what you're doing on game day? We'll see. But we're going to we'll change some things that way.
Gerald said earlier today that last year there were some guys talking about things they were going to do outside of football in Phoenix, and this year it's straight business. I'm not talking about any vacation, anything they're going to do. Do you get that sense?
I do. They've practiced really hard here the last few days, and you could tell their focus, hopefully is that that's what we have to do. You've got to be able to play well and do the things necessary to get yourself prepared to play well.
Do you think that it's because this is a national championship game, maybe, and not, last year it maybe didn't mean as much, even though it was a BCS Bowl?
Well, again, I don't, that you have to ask them. Sometimes that is the case, for some guys, and You know what? I think the other part of that is too that they had already, you know, they had just beaten Missouri, the #1 ranked team in the country, for the Big 12 championship. For all, you know, when they're passing out the trophies, that's what we had to do that night. And again, were you able to do the same thing and rise up for the Fiesta Bowl? You know, which is more important? I don't know. You know, that'd be, you know, everybody got their opinion on it.
Bob, you guys got a real long history with Miami, playing bowl games in Miami. Can you talk about being able to add to that?
Yeah, in fact, whenever we're recruiting in our locker room, it shows all the Orange Bowls, and they always take a second look at it, like, you've been to that many Orange Bowls, and, you know, just in our history here, and of course with the Big 8 ties, you know, to the champion going down there, we would have that long history. But, you know, and it's exciting in that, you know, you got another one, but there is a long history there, you know, that dates back, you know, for a lot of years, and you know, so got to try and win one more.
The coach, speaking of history, it's the first time you played Florida since you left that school. Does playing them for the national title this year, does it make this game any extra special for you?
I don't know, not really, because you know the magnitude of the game, you know, regardless of who you're playing, you realize, hey, you've got to win it. So I'm always pretty good at separating. It's never personal with me, and you know, we've played a lot of guys that it's talked about through the year that have coached for me or that that I'm close to. But in the end, once you're playing, that's all out the window, and you focus on, you know, your schemes and what and your players and what you have to do to be prepared to win. And I do got a lot of close friends and people that are associated, of course, with Florida that I said the only good thing is one of us got to win, you know. So, but hopefully it's us.
Bob, can you talk about Joaquin and his ability to, in the open field, yards after the catch? Because I don't know that that's something that people really focused on until maybe this year. And he's not as good as Mark Clayton maybe, but he's in the same neighborhood.
Oh, he is. You know, Joaquin is a lot bigger and stronger, I think, than people realize. You get up next to him, you know, there's a lot of substance in him. He's a very physical guy. He's got excellent strength, and but on top of it, he's got excellent speed too. So I remember before the season that everyone was asking about, well, what will we do for a deep threat? You know, with Malcolm Kelly not here, I said, well, heck, Joaquin Iglesias is quite a bit faster. You know, as I said, there's no reason he can't get behind people, and Manny as well. So, but Joaquin is a strong physical guy that's got excellent speed, and I think that's what you see is, if defensive backs don't have their feet in position or aren't in a position to really wrap them up, that he's going to get away, you know, just because of his strength and his quickness.
Is Manny going to be able to play this game without the brace, or is?
I don't know that yet. I'm assuming right now that he's going to be in the brace. I mean, he still is in practice, and I would think he'll still be in it.
Bob, thanks.